Bible Stories 7. Enoch walked with God. And Enoch walked with God, and he was not, because God took him. See Genesis chapter 5, verse 24. Years went by. Seth had children, and he taught them about God's love for them. They grew up and had their own children and grandchildren, and they also learned to love and obey God. However, some distance away, Cain and his children and grandchildren lived without worshipping God. They created their own idols to worship and decided to forget about the only true God and his Son. In those days, people lived a very long time, much longer than what anyone lives now. People lived for hundreds of years. All of the children, grandchildren, and great-grandchildren of Seth got to know Adam and Eve and listened to their stories. One of the descendants of Seth was a man called Enoch. When he was a boy, Enoch listened to Adam telling his family about the Garden of Eden and the forbidden fruit. When he took walks, he would see the gate of the Garden of Eden guarded by shining angels. Ever since Adam's sin, no one had been allowed inside that garden, but the garden gate and the shiny angels were a constant reminder of what had been lost because of sin. When he was still very young, Enoch decided that he wanted to love and follow God, and he did. He made an effort to spend time with God, especially privately in nature. Enoch grew up and got married. When he was 65 years old, he had his first child, a little boy called Methuselah. Enoch had always believed that God loved him, but when he experienced for himself how much he loved his little boy, he realized that God loved him just like that, and even more. He also understood that even though God had a son that he loved very much, he loved people so much that he was willing to send his son to earth to save them. This understanding brought him even closer to God. After Methuselah was born, and as he grew, Enoch's relationship with God grew. He spent more and more time with God, praying and learning his ways. He shared what he learned with others. Every day he walked with God. After some time, when he was 365 years old, he had grown so close to God that God decided to take him straight to heaven. Enoch became the first person to go to heaven. He never died. This was amazing because it meant that man could overcome sin through closeness with God. We can also learn to walk with God and have a close relationship with Him. What God had with Enoch, He wants to have with you and me too. He wants to help us learn how to walk with Him every day. Will you let Him? Amen.